Good morning, everybody. And we're going to be doing this daily briefing on the COVID-19 a little bit differently. So I'm not going to get into all the statistics like I usually do because we got some exciting news going on here in the capital region, which is awesome. And I know everyone who's been home and living with this that hasn't been out in the real world in a while, and we have to reimagine things. So the announcement today is going to be a reimagine of what's going to happen here in the future at the TU. So very exciting stuff going on. But as of today, 425 people are in the mandatory quarantine, and we have an increase, say, of 13. Like I said, it's been like a roller coaster. Yesterday, 21. The day before that was down a little bit, back up. So we keep going up and down. Among the positives, 7 are healthcare workers. 3 had close contact to a positive case. 1 had reported traveling, and the other ones are we're still tracking and mapping to see where they got infected. Also, as of today, we have 8,316 people have completed quarantine. 2,356 tested positive for the virus, and out of that, 15 more recoveries, which is also good news. There are now 6 people in the hospital with a hospitalization rate of 0.25%, same as yesterday. So we're staying steady in the same amount of people in the hospital, and the same with the ICU, 1 person being still in the ICU. Our 5-day average is 10.6 new positive cases, and the 5-day average before that was 8.8. I'm still saying what the governor says every day. Please go and get tested, whether you have signs or symptoms. Again, Albany's free, our mobile testing and Rite Aid, and I always put the numbers out there, but as always, you can call for the University of Albany is 1-888-364-3065. And our mobile testing site number is always 518-465-4771. Rite Aid is online in Colony. And then our Priority 1 that we always use. So please go to Priority 1 in Gilliland if you want to get the antibody testing. And I just want to put one more number out there, too, for our people dealing with mental health challenges with everything going on. This is 5 months since our first case here in Albany County, 6 months that we've been dealing with this, and a little bit longer if you're following this on the national news. So people that are having a hard time struggling, please call our mental health. It's available 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's free, and please call the number 518-269-6634. You know, I know the virus has changed the way we look at things, the way people are going to come out. And, I know fans for this are ready for this. They're ready to come out. People want to engage socially. We're a nation based on people being together, and I do have some friends that love this. People staying away 6 feet, wearing masks, and not being able to touch each other. I hear you. You can keep practicing that when this is over with. But, we're a nation in this great country, and we have 330 million Americans in this country that like to gather for social stuff like this and love the announcement that Bob Belver is going to make. But it was almost a year ago we were here with the exciting fans for Arena Bowl 32 capturing the championship. 20 years after the Albany Firebirds have won in 1999. So it's really exciting news. My hat's off to Bob Belver and his team, as always, for making this work out, and people believing in our market, because we do have the fan base. We have people here that want this, can't wait for this. So before I think everyone knows it's the worst kept secret, I think, in the world, but I will let Bob Belver come up and talk about it and introduce you to the new owners. So thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much. So it's a great day for Albany. It's like the sun coming out of the clouds. It's some good news with a new team coming into Albany, playing a sport that our fans have been so in love with for so many years. Just this past year in 2019, the average attendance at regular season games and playoff games was over 10,000 people per game. And the Arena Bowl championship, which our Albany team, Albany Empire, won, was over 12,000 people in the stands. So when you lose something like that, you can take a position of, we lost it, that's too bad, or we can take a position of, let's get it back. So that's what we did. We went out, We tried to find someone that would come back and bring this sport back and bring the best team possible back. And I'm going to get to this in a minute. I want to first personally thank Ron Tridico, who's sitting in Orlando right now and is going to be introduced shortly, along with some other folks that will be on the Zoom call. But Ron is taking a real shot here. He owns the Orlando Predators, and it's really a lot of conversations between him and I and some others as well, but certainly want to thank him. The process of getting the team, obviously, and you should be aware of this, there's really two leagues that are the dominant leagues in the United States right now. And the NAL is certainly one of the dominant leagues. IFL is another one. The AFL, when it went bankrupt in October, most of those players now are playing in the NAL, or some are playing in the IFL. But the NAL right now is a dominant force. You know, they just announced that Louisville and Tampa and Baltimore, and you'll hear the list as the folks from Orlando explain more. But the league is growing, and we're very fortunate to be able to host a team here in Albany with this league. The impact on the arena is fantastic. Obviously, the impact on downtown businesses, bars, restaurants, retail, all thrive when we have arena football. The block parties are going to continue. Again, this will all be information that you'll hear from the owners. So before we go any further, let me introduce a video that the NAL has provided to us, and we'll take a minute to watch that before we introduce the owners. Thank you. Great video. So before we get going here, and before I actually introduce the folks from Orlando, I just want to let you know there's about a second or two delay. So once we get into the question and answer period, if the folks from the media could just understand that there's going to be a little bit of a delay before that response comes back, so to please not ask another question right on top. So let's get into it. Joining us via Zoom from Florida is Chris Siegfried, I beg your pardon, Commissioner of the NAL, and team owners Ron Tridico and Nate Starling. And it's my pleasure at this time to introduce Chris Siegfried.
Hey, thanks, Bob. Thanks for the nice, warm welcome. I'm hoping everybody got to see that great video that was produced for you guys, especially for you guys. Very happy to be here today and to announce the Albany football team up in Albany, New York, the latest member of the National League. For those that are not familiar with our league, we have some historic teams in our league, not to mention, some teams that have been in other leagues. We're growing rapidly. We're very thankful for Ron and Nate to take on this venture and bring Albany back. I've got a long history in the Arena Football League, both as not so much as a player, but more so as a coach. So I love the sport. It's a great sport, and we're happy to provide the people of the capital city up in New York the opportunity to see more arena football and go against the likes of the Orlando Predators, Jacksonville Sharks, Carolina Cobras, teams in Baltimore, Louisville, and whatnot. So we've got a great footprint on the East Coast. I would also like to introduce Ron Tridico and Nate Starling to my left, to the video's right. These are the guys that made it possible. Without them, I don't know that we would have Albany playing arena football anymore. So, I want to thank Ron and Nate. I also want to thank Bob up at the Albany Time Center and all the people in Albany for allowing us the opportunity to bring arena football back to the capital city. We're very excited. I guess without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce Ron Tradico. Ron has been very integral in this process and communicating with Bob and all the folks up in Albany. So Ron, take it away.
I'm just happy to bring a team back to Albany for the fans. You know, the Nate's helped me out. They're getting involved with the Predators, so we're really looking forward to bringing the team to Albany.
And to Ron's left is Nate Starling, Ron's partner with the Predators, and also Ron's partner with the Albany football team. Nate.
Well, what I have to say is I'm delighted to be. I'm originally from upstate New York, so I am delighted to be able to bring back arena football back to my home state. So I really look forward to this adventure. Give the fans what they need and desire up there, and like I said, I'm blessed to be able to bring it back up to New York State. So I appreciate the opportunity for this very much.
And Bob, before we take any questions, I'd also like to recognize a gentleman to my right. He's one of our executive directors, Rob Storm. He's also a principal owner for the Carolina Cobras. He's been very integral behind the scenes. He's the chairman of our finance committee as well. So I'd like to at least recognize Rob for coming down from Ponte Vedra Beach and being a part of this this great announcement for our league.